Guys, welcome back to the garage. Today we're adding some horsepower to the snowmobile. By doing that, we're going to use these hypervelocity Ibexx air intakes. It's going to help keep the sled running nice and cool. It's also going to feed way more air into that chassis in the hopes of eliminating the POW bog that this Polaris Boost has in the super deep snow. Along with that, we're going to do the Ibexx clutch kit. We're going to change the helix, the secondary spring, the primary spring. We're going to do some weights in the primary clutch. And then in the secondary, we'll be adding these roller bearings to the back side of the helix right near the gold cup. So let's quit talking about it and let's start working on it. So I've already kind of cheated it. I had the panel open earlier and took the belt off and took the hardware out of the belly pan. But we're gonna start by taking the secondary clutch off so we can change out that helix and that secondary spring. Super important when you're doing this to check and make sure that the backing washer stays on the jack shaft. Those are in there to space the clutch to give it enough float, and if you lose one of those, your clutches could go out of line. So the next move here is going to be to remove this the helix out of the secondary clutch. And it's just these 4 Torx bolts. You're going to have to heat those with a torch because the Loctite in there is permanent. So got to get the Loctite nice and hot, and then we'll get those bolts out, that helix out. And we're actually going to go up to Outlaw Motorsports here in Kamloops today, and they're going to help me change out the secondary spring. You got to use a compression tool, remove a circlip, and then you can get access to that spring. Those are hot, man. There we go. Got the stock straight 46 helix out now. We're going to grab the Ibexx helix. That'll go in. But first, we got to take this clutch up to Outlaw Motorsports, get them to take that circlip out for me. We'll put the new secondary spring in, be able to reassemble this clutch in no time. Hey, you guys aren't too busy, eh? I got some go fasting parts that need the go fast part.
To go faster?
Yeah.
I'll just put this over here then.
When you guys are doing these secondary helix bolts, make sure you put blue Loctite back on them. You do not want those things coming out and getting loose. As you seen earlier, I was using the torch to get them broke free. It should take that much effort to get these back out. It's time to get this stuff put back on the sled. Got that secondary helix, got the secondary spring. It's all ready to go. Let's dive into the primary now. We're gonna pull that faceplate off, do a new spring, do new weights, and we'll put this all back together. So using a 1/8 Allen and a 3/8 open end wrench, I'll loosen off the clutch weight pins, and then I'll take these stock weights right out. Because I've got everything exposed and opened up now, it's a good time to just give it a good blowout. I've got a couple rides on the sled now, and just gonna use some air and just blow the clutch area out. It's nice and open right now with the weights being out and the spring off and the faceplate off. So give it a quick blowout before we start reassembling everything again. All right, now I'm ready to start building out these Ibexx weights. You can see they got the little weight pockets in them there. You know, gonna call this the heel, this the toe. And so what I'm going to do actually is just grab my phone, scan this QR code. That little placard comes in the box. Pick Patriot Boost. I can actually scroll down to 2024, and it's going to give me a breakdown of where to put the weights in those holes for a 2024 Boost 155 on a stock tune. We're going to start with a half gram weight. Then we're going to go into 2 of the 1 gram weights, do another 2 pack, and then a 1 pack in the tip. So let's start building. All right, there we go, 1, 2, 3, all built out. Time to go put these back into the snowmobile. So I did leave out one little small detail at the intro of the video. I didn't realize that inside this Whiskey Throttle Powersports kit was going to be a full titanium bolt kit for the primary, secondary, the quick drive, and all of the weight, all the weight pins. So pretty stoked to get this put in. Same thing, nice placard card that gives you the instructions on how to do all the install, all the proper torque specs, and a contact number there if you need any information when you're doing the install yourself. This should lighten up the rotating mass quite a bit. Add our spring. We'll be ready to put on our new faceplate. Got the torque wrench here. Hopefully I remember to zero it out before I put it away, but I'm gonna crank it up to 8 foot-pounds and then tighten her down. Now let's go clockwise around the primary here and tighten these all down. And since I'm already working on the primary, I'll go ahead and take this primary bolt out and replace it with the tie one. And we're going to go to 125 foot-pounds on the primary bolt. All right, now that we got this sled turned around in the shop here, time to replace these quick drive bolts with the new Whiskey Throttle Powersports titanium bolt and washer. Be extra careful, you make sure you put the Loctite on this bolt before you go and reinstall it, and then tighten that down at 44 foot-pounds. Nice and tight. So since I've already went through the troubles of getting the stock exhaust off, I got a hold of Outlaw Motorsports in Kamloops here and just asked them if they had anything titanium in stock. Luckily for me, they had this Diamond S. 100% just purchased this one. There's no sponsorship relation here. In the past, I've worked with MBRP. This year, we kind of just went our separate ways. So pretty interested to see how this one's gonna work. Diamond S, if you guys are watching this, hit me up. So now we got the titanium bolt package put in the sled now from Whiskey Throttle Powersports. If you guys are interested in that one, I'll leave the link in the description below. It's time to start buttoning this thing back together. The last and final piece to this puzzle of this little Ibexx and Whiskey Throttle Powersports package is going to be these intakes. We're going to get to work on those. Going to button this hood up right now. Okay, now it's time to replace these stock frog skin or intake covers on the Matrix Boost here. I've just removed the 2 screws here, and there's 2 little push washers on this cover. Just gonna pull the cover, pull this intake cover off, and now you can see there's more intake there actually and more surface area on this one. Just gonna click it all in. Use the supplied hardware, fasten this all in, and flip over to the other side. So that wraps up this part of the build. I guess we're on phase 3 now. Special thanks to Ibexx and Whiskey Throttle Powersports for hooking it up with the titanium bolt package, the boost clutching, and yeah, it's all starting to slowly come together now. Still waiting on those 7S parts for the Zero Composites carbon fiber hood. Feel like that's going to be probably the next thing that happens to this snowmobile. So we're getting close to being able to break in now. It's time to get this thing out on the snow. Let's go shred.